What's up everyone, welcome back to Smoking UK, where we educate, communicate and review all things cigars. I'm James, thank you for coming with us on this new video, and it's going to be a really special video, and it's one that I've been dying to get into. I'm hoping it's going to be a fantastic cigar. We've been really excited to actually bring it to you. A couple of you have already bought it and you've smoked it, and we've had some really great reviews, but I've never smoked this cigar, and I love doing that with you guys. I love doing it on camera, I love doing it on YouTube and social media, that you guys get to genuinely see my first reaction, and you almost get to come with me on that journey of discovering cigars. It is of course the brand new range, brand new smoking's new world range of Nicaraguan cigars that have landed with us over the last couple of weeks. They're flying off the shelves, they're doing really well, we're getting absolutely amazing reviews from them. And I can't believe it's taken me this long to smoke one. So without delaying any further, run the intro. Let's find out how good this cigar actually is, and let's just find out if all those positive reviews we're getting so far are true. Run the intro. Wow, that's really light. That's not what I was expecting. Of course, whenever I'm smoking a new cigar, or if it's a celebration, or I really want to go that little extra mile in my smoking experience, especially when it comes to me smoking the first cigar from smoking, I use the cedar spill. It is one of my favourite ways to light a cigar. It can just sometimes be a bit fiddly, and it's a nightmare if you're outside, but personally for me, it's one of the best ways to light a cigar. I'm not a snob about it. But if you want to be able to taste all those perfect flavours from the get-go, I think cedar spills are absolutely fantastic. So let us know what you reckon to that in the comments below as well, because a lot of people think it's a load of nonsense. So let us know in the comments below what you genuinely think of cedar spills for lighting. On the initial light up, it's extremely light. There's a lot of nutty notes that I'm getting on that as well, especially when I was purging the cigar and I was holding the flame and I was puffing away on it. Really nutty, really vanilla-y. It's very light. A lot of oaky notes on the retrohale. And for those of you that don't know what retrohaling is, that's when you take the cigar smoke from your mouth and you take some out of your nose. A lot of your taste receptacles are actually in your nose as well. And this is why retrohaling is so important when you're trying to pick out each individual flavour that a cigar's giving you. I urge everyone to learn how to retrohale, because it will just heighten your smoking experience. This is why when people eat food that they don't like, they end up holding their nose. If you like, taste receptacles are actually up there. A lot of oak and a lot of the woody notes are coming through on the nose, on the palate, in the mouth. It's a lot of the vanilla, it's a lot of nutty. It's a great combination together, but from the initial look of the cigar when it was in the humidor, I wasn't expecting it to be so light. The smoke output is huge. I know I say this in a lot of videos, but I want it to sink in. We're not vapors, we're not trying to blow the biggest smoke cloud like those guys are, but one, it does look cool. Two, it is a great indicator into the quality of the tobaccos and the construction that's actually gone into this particular cigar. The burn so far is pretty flat as well. You've got a nice thick oily black line around the burn. I think we're on the way to a great cigar session. The construction, the tobacco is nice and compacted in there. It does have a little bit of leeway, but it bounces straight back, which is good. You don't want the tobacco too compacted in there, because otherwise you're going to start getting draw issues, and it's just going to become plugged, and you're not going to have a good session. You're going to end up having jaw ache, the amount of time you're sucking, and your cheeks are going to be hurting. So the fact that we can push and it bounces straight back is fantastic. And from looking straight down through the cap of the cigar that we've cut, you can see the air holes that have been put there as well. The construction on this is absolutely beautiful. It's incredibly light. Of course, it wouldn't be a smoking video without pairing it with a coffee. If you've watched our videos before, you know my favourite drink to pair with any cigar. Out of everything you can possibly pair it with is a coffee. So let's take a draw on the cigar, let's take a sip of the coffee, and let's see if those are pairing well. Personally, I think they're going to, because the cigar is so light and you've already got like those nutty and those vanilla-y flavours there on the palate. Absolutely, absolutely. I personally think this would be a really good morning cigar or mid-morning cigar. Obviously, when you first wake up, you don't want a cigar that's going to really punch you in the palate. You don't want a really strong aged Maduro. Some of you might be a lot more hard knock than I am. But personally, for me, I like a nice light smoke in the morning to refreshen myself and wake myself up a little bit. I don't want to be morning and bam with a strong cigar. I think this would be a really good morning cigar. Personally, and for the price point, at the point of posting, I think this is a great everyday cigar, and we're only a centimetre into it so far. That is lovely. I think I can understand why now. We've had a lot of good reviews about this cigar. Again, when we're looking at the presentation, the build, you can't deny that embossed gold crown at the top, all the reflection as well, especially with the lighting I've got in here. Looks absolutely amazing. No puns intended. You almost feel like a king or queen sat here with that in your hand. You've got the black and your gold, you've got the crown. It's a great smoke, you've got the great smoke output. I think this is genuinely a really good cigar. Of course, we've still got a long way to go, so some things could change, so make sure you're sticking around. But let's have a look more into the actual construction and the specifications on this particular stick. So here I am smoking the Robusto. So we do have this coming in at a 5x50 ring gauge, standard Robusto size, not trying to make it any more than it should be. So we should be getting a solid 45 minutes to 60 minute smoking session out of this. Depends on how quick you smoke. I might be able to get a little bit longer just because I'm filming in between as well, and I'm getting B-roll and I'm getting pictures and stuff for you guys. But a good solid 45 minutes to an hour smoke I think you can get out of this. And just like I thought, this is classed as a light to medium smoke. You are definitely getting that. I think some of the body and especially the smoke density, I can see why it's classed as medium, but I would definitely say it's more on the lighter side of the mild. I think when it comes to strength wise, it has a very similar strength to the double Connecticut from Brickhouse. It's that kind of lightness on the palate, and I think this is why a lot of people are going to love it. And I love the particular build on this. If you've seen our recent travel vlog to Nicaragua, if you've ever watched any smoking videos, you'll know personally for me, one of the greatest regions in the world for tobacco is Nicaragua, and we have a really good blend in this particular cigar. So for the filler, we have tobacco from Nicaragua in the regions of Condenga and the Jalapa. For the binder, we have a Nicaraguan Jalapa as well, which is a really good region for tobacco. The soil there is absolutely beautiful. And the icing on the cake, and I think what's bringing this particular cigar from a medium down to a light, and yeah, this is where we're going to be getting the nuttiness and the creaminess and the vanilla from, is we have an Ecuadorian shade of wrapper. Now you might not be able to see this because of the ambient and moody lighting we've got in here, but the ash on this cigar is really white, And that's a great indicator into the nutrients that were in the soil itself that this particular tobacco was grown in. It's a really good indicator when you're looking at your ash. If it's crystal white, the darker it is, the lower quality of soil that tobacco was grown in. So your head of ash can actually tell you a lot about your particular cigar. You can also see the deep dark vein that's been burnt into the ash. That doesn't tell you anything. I personally think it just looks great. Those light notes are still sticking around. The woody notes I was getting in the retrohale are slowly starting to form on the palate in my mouth now as well. We're still getting those nutty notes and that vanilla cream, but those oak and that cedar is kind of now transferring down into the mouth, and it's almost working as like this beautiful little symphony together. There's not really one flavor that's overpowering the other. They're almost like taking turns. When you blow the smoke out your mouth, you can almost feel the woody notes kick in and then take a step back and those nutty notes come in, but then the woody notes kick back in again and then the nutty notes and the vanilla. It's almost like they're taking in turns. It's almost like they're trading blows, if you're into boxing, of what flavor you're getting on your palate. I smoke cigars that are double the price of this stick, and they've smoked worse and they've had worse flavor profiles than this. I think this is going to be a fantastic everyday smoke, especially for the price. You can't go wrong. The burn is pretty flat and pretty even for a cigar at this price point. What you've got to remember is these cigars are also, most cigars are hand rolled. They're not going to be perfect. So if you see like a slight little dip, or it's not perfect, if you have a little bit of a slope here, you haven't got to necessarily touch that up. Why taint the cigar? Let it have its chance to correct itself. A great way, if you do have a slight uneven burn as well, is get the point that's burning the slowest and place it at the top. If you put your cigar in your mouth, place it at the top, because heat rises, and take longer draws. Because what might be happening is the cherry that's burning in the center of your cigar might not be burning long enough to be burning the top, and that's why you get an even cigar. So instead of taking a puff like this, take a longer draw like this. Nine times out of 10, a couple of draws like that will start evening itself out. You can see here the flame has started to burn a little bit higher just from me doing that as well. So this slight wave, ever so slight wave I'm getting in this burn, is going to correct itself, and I can see it doing that already, which is fantastic. And it's pairing beautifully with that coffee as well. I love a light cigar. A lot of people who've been smoking for a few years, especially like me, they'll normally tell you they like really full body cigars and you really need to step it up and go really test your palate. You don't have to. You don't. I've been smoking cigars for 5.5 years now, and I still love a light stick. Sometimes you don't want your palate to be attacked. Sometimes you don't want the overpowering of spice and pepper on your tongue. Sometimes you don't want something so full-bodied that you feel almost nauseous and a little lethargic after. I've still got to work after this. I don't want to be sat here all slumped and like, ugh, and just a bit spaced out in my own little world. I love a light cigar. Don't think just because you've been smoking for a long time that you can't enjoy a light cigar. You can't enjoy a Connecticut cigar. A lot of people who hate on light cigars, like the Ecuadorian shade we've got in here, like people throw shade at the Connecticut. Just enjoy what you enjoy. And personally for me, a light cigar just hits differently. I could smoke back-to-back light cigars all day. Sometimes if I have a full-bodied, I'll smoke one, and that's me done. But I don't want to. I want to be able to smoke and enjoy all the cigars I can. That's my little rant over. We'll tell you what I'm going to do now, guys. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this cigar. I'm going to film a little bit more content for you guys for our social media. So if you're not following us on social media, go check us out there. We post a lot of shorts, a lot of reels, a lot of TikToks, little bits of information, a little bit of education, a little bit of reviews. So make sure you go follow us there. The links will be in the description below. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to film a couple of that for you guys. Join me as we come towards the band, and I'll explain if there's been any transitions, if there's been any troubles, when I had to ash, all that kind of stuff. We'll see how this cigar develops. Join me in a few minutes. What's up guys, welcome back to this review on the Smoking's New World Nicaraguan Robusto cigar. We're slowly coming up towards the band now, and what can I say? This is a really good cigar. Sometimes I think as cigar smokers we can judge a cigar based on its price point. I know there's a lot of cigar snobs out there that do. We try not to, but I wasn't expecting such a good cigar for this price point. We have a nice flat burn. The ash fell away perfectly. It's not harsh on the mouth. It's not so strong that I'm sitting here going, oh, my palate's taking a bit of a kicking. It's beautiful, it's light, it pairs amazing with coffee. I think it could be a really good everyday cigar, and a video I've just filmed to put out on social media. This would be a really good beginner cigar. If you don't know what you're looking out for, or you don't know where to start, you don't want to buy a cigar that's too strong, this is a really good stick to start with. Like I've said, it's not harsh, it's not heavy. I feel like I can put this down now, get up and carry on with the rest of my day, which is really good because I've got a lot of work to do. But this is really good, it's really enjoyable. The flavour profiles, that nuttiness and that vanilla we were getting at the beginning, is kind of took a step back. It's still there, you can still taste it, but those woody notes from like the oak and the cedar, they're kind of coating the palate now, and they're all over in the nose as well when we're retrohaling. If you want to go more down the alcoholic route, personally I think it'd go with a nice sweet rum or a spiced rum, or it'd go really good with bourbon. Irish, again, maybe. Scotch might be, the Scotch might overpower the cigar, so you're not really getting the taste of cigars, but I think the lighter whiskies, or like Welsh whiskies, like I've got behind me, it will pair really well with it. Believe it or not, it might even go well with like gin or a beer. It's absolutely beautiful. The construction, it's still firm, even right by where that cherry is. You push it, it's bouncing straight back, which is really good. The ash, again, is staying really white, and like we said at the beginning, that's a good indicator to the nutrients that were in the soil where the tobacco was grown. For the price point that these are at the point of posting this video, I really don't think you can go wrong. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy it. I don't think you're going to have much bad things to say about the cigar. The only bad thing I can think of, if you prefer cigars that are really full-bodied, that are really spicy, really push your palate to its limits, maybe it's not for you. If you love just being able to sit back and have a smoke, have a conversation, or just enjoy it, or you have things to do after, I don't think you're going to have a bad thing to say about it. Really enjoyable. So I'm going to sit back, and I'm really excited about this cigar now. I'm so glad you've come with me. I love it when you guys come with me when I'm smoking a new cigar. You really get to see what I think, because my face gives away everything. I won't be able to tell you a bad cigar is good. You will tell it on my face. So thank you for coming with us on this journey. Thank you for watching the video. If you haven't subscribed already, we're really trying to grow this YouTube channel. We've grown it faster than we already have, and that is down to you guys. But we also can't continue it without you guys. If you haven't already, go hit that subscribe button, enable your notifications as well, so you can find out whenever we've got new videos. We're posting shorts every day, and of course go follow us on our social media. We post multiple times a day with some really aesthetically pleasing pictures and videos. I'm not tooting our own horn, but personally we do have some of the best photography on the UK market at the moment. Jono, you're a legend. Absolutely fantastic job, mate. So thank you for coming with us, and I hope to see you again in our future videos. I'll see you in the next one.